respective ratio of curved surface area and total surface area of a cylinder is 8:15. Curved surface area of the cylinder is given as 1408. What is its height? Curved surface area. Curved surface area. Bite together. That is 2 pi r h and total surface area 2 pi r into r plus h. Ratio is given as 8:15, 8/15. So 2 pi r cancel. Height and then radius plus height. Ratio is 8:15. So radius will be 7 parts, height will be 8 parts. You asked about height, I think answer should be 8 multiple. How many are there? Height is 8 parts, right? You asked about height. How many 8 multiples are there? 2. If you have only 1, you are done with this. Okay? But still you need to calculate. Come on. If the curved surface area of the cylinder is 1408, in the sense 2 pi r h is 1408. Pi, that is 22/7. ఎందుకు ఇంత వస్తుంది? 22 how many times? Not satisfied. Wait. Cancellation with 11, 2 times. 1, 2, 8. Here you have 4, 30, 2 times. Height is 8 parts, radius is 7 parts. So 8p into 7p divided by 7 is equal to 32. 7, 7 cancel. P square is equal to 4. P is equal to 2. 8p is equal to 16. So height is 16. Next 32. A and C started a business and B joined after 4 months from the start of the business. Respective ratio between the investments of A, B, C is 3:6:2. If B's share in the annual profit is 500 more than C, what was the total annual profit earned? Right, what is the time ratio between A, B, C? No, I am asking about time ratio. A and C started business, B joined after 4 months. So B will be there for only 8 months. A will be there for 1 year. C will be there for 1 year. So time ratio becomes 12:8:12. That is 3:2:3. Now investment ratio between A, B, C is 3:6:2. In that case, profit sharing ratio will be A investment 3 parts, A time 3 parts, B investment 6 parts, time 2 parts, C investment 2 parts will be there for 3 parts. All are 3 multiples, right? So go for cancellation 3, 2 times 3. So ratio becomes 3:4:2. So B is getting 4 parts, C is getting 2 parts. B is getting how many parts more than C? 2 parts. In terms of rupees, that is 500. So 2 parts is equal to 500, and you're asked about total profit. Total profit in terms of number of parts is 9 parts. 9 parts is equal to how much? Before that, you can go for one more verification. As 9 parts is asked, answer should be 9 multiple. How many are there? Many are there. First option, second option, third option, fourth, all are 9 multiples. So you are forced to do it. 2 parts is equal to 500. 1 part is 250, 9 parts. 4 250 is 1000. 8 250 is 2000. And one more 250. 2250. Second option. Next 33. 12 liters of pure milk, pure water was added to a vessel containing 64 liters of pure milk. So how much quantity we have now? 12 liters and 64 liters, total 78 liters. Out of 78 liters content, 38 liters, 36. Out of 76 liters, 38 liters were taken out. In the sense 50% of the total quantity is taken out. So 50% of water will be there and 50% of milk will be there. 50% of water in the sense 6 liters of water and 32 liters of milk will be there. Now to this content they are adding few content of milk and water in the respective ratio 4:1. So to milk content, to this content you are adding 4x and water is 6 liters already, and to this we are adding x liters, right? So milk and water to this in the respective ratio 4:1, and now the ratio becomes 5:1. So that will be 5/1. You are asked about how much quantity of pure milk added in the vessel. How much quantity of pure milk added? 4x. Answer should be 4 multiple, and many are there. Many are there, right? Second, third, fourth, fifth, all are 4 multiples. Go for cancellation here. 35x, 32, 4x. X is equal to 2. Right? And next, you are asked about how much quantity of milk is added? 4x. 4x is equal to how much? 8. Without this also you can do it. You need not to calculate everything. Total 76 liters content we have. Out of that 50% is taken out. Remaining will be 38. Right. So to this 38 liters content we are adding some quantity of milk and other quantity of water. And final quantity will be there in the ratio 5:1. So that will be total content 6 parts. So when you add something to this milk and water to 38 liters, your number should be a multiple of 6. Okay? Let me verify that. See, milk is 4 parts. So first of all, answer should be 4 multiple. You need not to verify first one. If 4 parts is equal to 8 liters, what about 1 part? 2 liters. Total content 8 plus 2, 10 liters. When you add 10 to this number, you will get 48. Is 48 6 multiple? Possibility. Possibility. Don't confirm this. If 4 parts is 16, what about 1 part? 4. Total 20. 20 plus 38, 58. Is that 6 multiple? This cannot be your answer. 4 parts is 12, 1 part is 3, total 15. 38 plus 15, odd number is not a multiple of 4, multiple of 6, not possible at all. 4 parts is 4, 1 part is 1, total quantity 5. When you add 5 to 38, again you will get odd number. So that is not a multiple of 6. So only option 8. Elimination process. 34. A bought certain quantity of apple at the cost of 800 rupees. He sold 1/4 of the apples at a loss of 25%. If A earns an overall profit of 5%, at what percentage of profit did A sells the rest of the apple? So total how many parts we have? 4 parts, because our denominator is 4. 1/4 this set. So overall you are expecting a profit of 5%. So let's see, I have 4 parts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get 5% on every part, total will also be 5% profit, right? Out of this, first is already sold. Now you are asked about these 3 parts. Now I need 5%, 5%, 5% from remaining 3 parts, and that will be my final answer if I get 5% profit on the first part. But how much percentage is obtained in first part? 25% loss. So you have to suppress the 25% loss, and again you need to get 5% profit. Total you are expecting 30%. To make it 5% profit on first item, you need 30%, and you should get that 30% from remaining amount only, right? So apart from this, you also need 30%, and you should get this much percentage from how many parts? 3 parts. 45 by 5, 45 by 3, 15%. Right. Next 35. A person has to travel from point A to B in a certain time. Traveling at a speed of 6 km per hour, he reaches 20 minutes early, and while traveling at a speed of 4 km per hour, he reaches 30 minutes late. What is distance from point A to B? How? How to solve this question? Inversely proportional rule. Whenever time and speed involved, try to use inversely proportional rule. So speed, initial speed is 6 km per hour, and time taken is early by 20 minutes. So that is t minus 20. and if his speed becomes 4 km per hour, he is late by 30 minutes, t plus 30. Now you know speed values. Initial speed 6, now it becomes 4. So speed got decreased by 2 kilometers from 6 kilometers. So 1/3 decreased. So if speed decreases by 1/3, time increases by 1/2. Time increases by 1/2. What is the difference between t minus 20 and t plus 30? 50. So half is 50. 1/2 is 50. Then 1 is 100. So time taken in first case becomes 100 minutes. Time taken in first case becomes 100 minutes. Okay? But you're not asked about the actual time taken in first case or actual time, the initial time. You're asked about distance. Distance will be equal to speed into time. So distance is speed 6 km per hour into time. 100 minutes converts to hours by 60. 6 cancel, 0 cancel, distance is 10 kilometers. Otherwise you will have to make distance equal in both the cases. Initial speed is 6 km per hour and the time taken in this case is t minus 20. With the rate of 4 km per hour, it takes t plus 30. Distance travelled in first case becomes 6 into t minus 20, and that will be equal to distance travelled in second case, that is 4 into t plus 30. So all these get the value of time and get the value of t minus 20 or t plus 30. Use either first condition or second condition to get your distance. You have to make distance same in first case and second case. Get the value of t, substitute t in first case or second case, and again use distance formula. Takes time. Whenever speed and time involved, use inversely proportional rule. Whenever efficiency and time is involved, time and work law. Efficiency and time is involved, use inversely proportional rule. Because if efficiency increases, time to complete the work decreases, right? So there also we will be using inversely proportional rule. Next. Speaker వస్తున్నాయా? Next, 36. 24 men can complete a piece of work in 16 days and 20 women can complete the same piece of work in 18 days. What is the respective ratio between the amount of work done by 32 men in one day and the amount of work done by 36 women in one day? Right, one day work. You asked about one day work. One day work of 32 men and 36 women. Now, with respect to men data, 24 men can complete the work in 16 days. The same I can represent it as 16 men can complete the same work in 24 days. But your question is involved with 32 men. So the same statement I can write it as 32 men can complete the same work in 12 days. Yes? Next. And 20 women can complete the work in 18 days. 18 women can complete the same work in 20 days. But there you have 36 women. 18 two times, right? So 36 women can complete the same work in 10 days. You asked about one day work ratio. One day work of 32 men is 1/12. One day work of 36 women is 1/10. This becomes 10:12, which is 5:6. Cross multiplication. Next, 37. A certain sum is divided among A, B, C in such a way that A gets 20 rupees more than 1/3 of the sum, B gets 30 less than 2/5 of the sum, C gets 330. What is the total sum involved? Right. So here fractions are involved first of all. How many fractions are there? So when we have two fractions, what should we go? LCM of denominators. How much is that? 15x. So our total sum is 15x. And this is amount received by A, B, C. You asked about total sum, that is 15x. Answer should be 15 multiple, many are there. You have to solve it. And now look at this. A gets 20 more than 1/3 of the sum. What is total sum? 15x. 15x. and out of that A is getting 1/3 of it. 1/3 of 15x is 5x and 20 more. 20 more than 1/3 of the sum, right? This is amount received by A and amount received by B. B gets 30 less than 2/5 of the sum. What is 2/5? First of all calculate 1/5. What is 1/5? 3x. 2x, 2/5, 6x, and B is getting 30 less than 6x. So that will be 6x minus 30, and C is getting 330 plus 330. Amount received by A, amount received by B, amount received by C, add everything, that will be equal to total, that is 15x. 5x plus 6x, 11x, 11x comes to left hand side, that becomes 4x, and which is equal to minus 30 plus 30 cancel, you have 320 here, 320. Need not to calculate that, direct go for 15x is equal to how much? 4 8 times and then 0, 12, 15, 8 times, 120 and then 0, 1200. See, why to calculate x value? Directly you can go for 15x, right? Let's ఆప్షన్ నుంచి ఏంటి? ఆప్షన్ నుంచి రాదు అంటే ప్రతిదీ వెరిఫై చేసుకుని వెళ్ళాలి, చూడగానే రాదు. టోటల్ 15x కాబట్టి ఆన్సర్ 15 మల్టిపుల్ అవ్వాలి. 15 మల్టిపుల్స్ చాలా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి చేయాలి. ఈ మాట చెప్పిందాక. నెక్స్ట్, అదర్వైజ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు వెరిఫై ఇట్ లైక్ ఏ అమౌంట్, బి అమౌంట్, సి అమౌంట్ అండ్ దెన్ యాడ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. అలా వెరిఫై చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి, అప్పుడు వస్తుంది. చూడగానే చెప్పాలి అంటే 15 మల్టిపుల్ అవ్వాలి. సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ 15 మల్టిపుల్ అనుకుంటా. 15 మల్టిపులా? కాదు. ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ కాదు, థర్డ్ ఆప్షన్ అవుతుంది, ఫోర్త్ ఆప్షన్ అవుతుంది. అది 15 మల్టిపుల్ కాదు. either third option or fourth option, two options are there, you will have to verify it. Otherwise if you have only one 15 multiple, yes, that's it. Next, 38. The percentage of pi is equal to Lima's age 6 years ago. So what is meaning of that statement? Amma, age difference between pi and Lima is 6 years. When was that? Always. Anytime their age difference should be equal to 6 years. Next, 6 years hence, after 6 years, the respective ratio between pi and Lima's age will be 7:9. So in terms of ratio, what is age difference? 2 parts, and that should be equal to, so 1 part is, then pi's age is 7 parts, 7 3s, 21. Pi will be 21 years age after 6 years. Percentage of pi should be 15. Next, 39. 10,200 was partly invested in scheme A at 10% per annum compound interest, compounded annually for 2 years. So how much percent interest you will get for 2 years? First year you will get 10%, second year also 10% plus 10% of first year interest 10%, that is 1%, total 21%. So interest obtained on first case is 21% of X. And partly in scheme B at 6% per annum simple interest for 5 years. At the rate of 6% per annum for 5 years you will get 30% interest on second part. So 30% of Y. Both the schemes earn equal interest. So these two are same. How much was invested in scheme A? From this I can say X by Y is equal to 10 by 7. Yes or no? So amount invested in first part is 10 parts and in second part 7 parts, total 17 parts, and that is equal to 10,200. If 17 parts is equal to 10,200, you are asked about 10 parts is equal to how much? 17 6 times into 100. 10 6 times 60 and then into 100. 6,000 answer. Next. 48. A bag contains 4 red balls, 9 yellow balls and 7 pink balls. Total how many balls we have? 20 balls. One ball is drawn at random. You can do it in 20C1. What is the probability that it is either pink or yellow? How many pink and yellow balls we have? 16. Out of 16 balls, if you get only one ball, that is enough. That will be either pink or yellow. So that you can do that in 16C1 ways. 16C1 by 20C1, 16 by 20, 4 by 5. Next. %60 of 580 divided by 14 is equal to how much? 58. 14. 60% of this, 10% of this number is 58. 60% in the sense into 6 by 14 is equal to 56 minus how much? Even numbers, right? 3 times, 7 times. 58 3 times. Let it be 60 minus 2. 63 is 180 minus 2 3 6. 180 minus 6. 174 by 7. So left hand side part is 174 by 7. 7 how many times? 7. 2 is 14. 34 you have. 5. How much should be subtracted from 56 to make it 25? 31. You must subtract 31. $545 plus 40, 585. 585 divided by 45 is equal to how much? 45 10 times. 450. Apart from 450, you still have 135 in numerator. In 135, you can find 345s. So answer 13. Root 786. 28. By x into 16 is equal to 1024. Is that okay? 1025, right? See, this is 2 to the power of 4. This is also 2 to the power of 4. And this is 2 to the power of 10. 2 power 4 into 2 power 4, 2 power 8 is equal to 2 to the power of 10. So right hand side you will have 4. 4 how many times? 7 times. X is equal to 7. $730 plus 1670. 1600 plus 700. 2300. 30 70 100. 2400. So 2400 minus 153 times 450. Subtract 450 here. Subtract first 400, then subtract 50. Subtract 400, you will have 2000 here and it minus 50. 1950 answer. Right. Take this to right hand side, question mark. Okay. That becomes plus. 35 square minus 15 square. A square minus B square. A plus B into A minus B. A plus B. 35 plus 15. 50. A minus B. 35 minus 15. 20. 50 into 20. 1000. So right hand side you already have 25 square, which is 625. Plus how much will be equal to 1000? 375. 375. Right. Oi. Next. So data related to candidates appeared and qualified in competitive exam from 2 states during 5 years. Number of appeared candidates and then percentage of appeared candidates who qualified, and in state B same information, appeared candidates and then those who have qualified. Percentage is given, right? So whatever the leftover numbers we have, leave them. Okay, next 46. If the respective ratio between number of qualified candidates from state B in 2004 and 2005 is 9:15. 2004 and 5 is 9:15. Okay. What is the total number of qualified candidates from state B in 2005? So in terms of number of parts, how many parts it is? 24. No. From state B. From state B, how many parts of candidates got qualified? Hey, state B antante. అదేనమ్మా 2005లో స్టేట్ బిలో ఎంతమంది క్వాలిఫై అయ్యారు? 15 parts. In terms of number of parts, that is 15 parts. Answer should be 15 multiple. How many are there? First option 195. Is that 15 multiple? Yes. Second option 240. Is that 15 multiple? Yes. Yes or no? Next, more than 1 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి చేయాల్సిందే ఇంకా. Come on. In state B, in 2004, 30% of 42. What about 10%? 42. 30%? 42 3 times. 126. And this is equal to 9 parts. And you need to calculate 15 parts is equal to how much? 9, 10 times is 90. Apart from 90, you have 36. That is 14 times. Total 14 times. 15, 14 times. 15 square minus 15. 225 minus 15. 210 answer. Product of consecutive numbers. You can treat this number as 15 minus 1. 15 square minus 15. 225 minus 15. 210 answer. Got it? Big number square minus big number or small number square plus small number. Product of consecutive numbers. Big number square minus big number or small number square plus small number. 15 into 14. You can do this even it as 14 square plus 14 or 15 square minus 15. Next, 47. If the average number of qualified candidates from state A in 2001, 2, 3 is 230. What is the total number of qualified candidates from state A in 2003? Fine. In 2001, 2, 3, average of qualified students is given. In 2001, what percentage of total candidates got qualified? 40%. 10% is 36. How will you get 40%? How? 10%, double. 10%, 36. Double, 72. Double, right, 144. Next is 50% of 350, 650, that is 325. And you need to know this number. And total number, average is given as 230. Then total will be 690. Let me go for last 2 digits. 44 plus 25, 69. And you need to add something and that becomes 90. You need to add 21. You have only one option which ends with 21. 221. Out of total number of qualified candidates from state B in 2001, the respective ratio of male to female is 5:2. If the total number of female qualified candidates from state B in 2001 is 54, what is the total number of appeared candidates from state B in 2001? State B in 2001, what percentage of people got qualified? 42%. And out of 42%, male to female ratio is given as 5:2. So total how many parts? 7 parts is equal to 42. 1 part is 6%. Female are 2 parts, that is 12%. And in terms of number, that is 54. 12% is 54. It asked about 100% is how much? 12 fours. Apart from 48, how much you have? 6, which is half of 12. In the sense 4.5 times. 4.5 times of 100 is 450. Next, What is the difference between number of qualified candidates from state B in 2002 and 2003? State B qualified candidates difference. In state 2002, that is 40%. 40%. How will you get 40%? 10% double double. 10% 35 double. 70 again double. Right, this is 140. And now you need to calculate 49% of 500 will be equal to 500% of 49. Is 5 times of 49? Yes or no? Treat 49 as 50 minus 1 into 5. 250 minus 5. 245. You asked about difference between 245 and 140, that is 105. Next 58th. Number of appeared candidates from state A increased by 100% from 2004 to 2005. Where? State A. Okay. If the total number of qualified candidates from state A in 2004 and 2005 together is 440. What is the total number of appeared candidates from state A in 2001? Huh? I think that should be 2004. Right? Come on, look at here. So in 2004, let's say we have 100% total candidates who got appeared, and in 2005 that becomes 200%. And qualified candidates in 2004 becomes 30% of 100 will be 30% only, and in 2005 40% of 200 will be 80%, and here 30%, total 110%. In terms of percentage that is 110, and in terms of a number it is 440. If you are asked about number of candidates who got appeared the exam in 2004, you need to calculate 100% is equal to how much? 4 times 400. Do you have 400? Yes. Next 51. What is the average number of people travelling by train Y on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Train Y, star mark. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You asked about average, right? Let me write those numbers. 230, 190, 160, 260. Look at your options. Nearby 200, take benchmark as 200. This is 30 more, and this is 10 less, this is 40 less, this is 60 more. Positive number 90, negative number 50. 90 minus 50, 40. After making every number 200, you are still left with 40. Adjust 40 among 4 numbers. Each gets 10 more. Total 210. Equality concept. Next, 47. If the average number of qualified candidates, okay. The number of people who travelled by train X on Sunday information is not available. Okay. Number of people who travelled by train X on Sunday is 10% less than the people who travelled by the same train on Saturday. What is the respective ratio between the number of people who travelled on Thursday and those who travelled on Sunday by the same train? Right. This is about train X. In train X, on Saturday, how many travellers were there? X is diamond. This is 320, right? And on Sunday that is 10% less. 320 minus 32, 288. 288 travellers were there on Sunday. We asked about ratio between travellers on Thursday to Sunday. Thursday, in same train, we have 180 people. So that is 180 by 288. You are asked about ratio. First of all, look at the ratios. Look at ratios. Right. First number is either 6 or 5 or 7. I think 7 is not a factor of 180, so that cannot be your answer. Let's go for 6. If you are expecting 6 here, you need to go for cancellation with 30. If it is a 30 multiple, it should be a multiple of 3 also. What about denominator? How much is denominator? Is this number divisible by 3? Is this number divisible by 3? But is this number divisible by 30? No. So it should be 5 multiple. After dividing this number with some number, you should get 5. So division with 36. 36 10 times 360. 36 5 times 180. Now this is 5. 8 times of 36, 288. 5 by 8, ratio 5:8. See, without verifying options, if at all if you want to go for cancellation, I think you never start with 36, cancellation with 36. Probably you will try with either 9 or 4 or 3 or 2, some other number, but not 36. A 36 techukotamlone undi logic. As your first number is 180, your first number in ratio also should be a factor of 180. You have a number which starts with 7, as 7 is not a factor of 180, that cannot be your answer. Other two numbers are 6 or 5. If you want to get 6 after cancellation, and cancellation should be with 30. This is not a number which is a 10 multiple. So 6 cannot be your answer. So you must get 5 here. If you want to get 5 here, you should cancel 180 with 36, then only you will get 5 here. So cancellation with 36. లేదంటే 2 తోటో 4 తోటో 9 తోటో కుట్టేసుకుంటూ కూర్చోండి. 53. What is the difference between total number of people who travelled by train X on Monday, Wednesday together and total number of people who travelled by train Y on Tuesday and Saturday? Train X, Monday, Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday. And train Y, Tuesday and Saturday. Tuesday, Saturday. Okay? Now, difference between these two numbers? This is 250 and 220, right? So train X is 30 more. Between these two numbers, train X is 30 more. Train Y is 260 and here it is 310. What is difference between these two numbers? 50. Already we have 30 more and here also X is more than Y by 50. So total it is 50 plus 30, 80. Next. Total number of people who travelled by both the given trains together on Tuesday is what person more than the total number of people who travelled by both the trains given in Friday. Tuesday versus Friday. Tuesday, how many total travellers we have? 500. 500. And on Friday we have 400. 500 is how much more than 400? 100. So 500 is 100 more, that of 400 into 100, straight forward 1/4, 25%. 1/4, 25%. Done. Right. On Friday it is how much percent less than Tuesday? 20%. 400 is 100 less, that of 500. 100 by 500, 1/5 is 20%. Next, 55. The number of people who travel by train Y decreased by what percent from Monday to Thursday? Monday to Thursday, Y. Monday, Thursday. We have 230 here and it becomes 120. 120 is how much less than 230? 110. So that is 110 less, that of 230 into 100. Look at your options. Look at your options. 45, 46, 47, 48 something. So all are close to 50%. Let me first identify 50%. How much is 50% of denominator? 1, 1, 5. How much should be subtracted from this to make it 110? You need to subtract 5. Look at here. What is 1%? 2.3. 2%? 4.6. And you need to subtract 5, which is more than 4.6. So you must subtract a number which is just about 2%. If you subtract 2%, you will get 48. But you need to subtract more than that. So answer is definitely less than 48%, but close to 48%. Less than 48%, but very close to 48%. How many options are there? Only one, 47.83, first one. 56 to 60. Any particular question? Anyone? Sure. Ma? Anyone, any particular question? Fine. Go for difference. 0, 6, 24, 60. 1 cube minus 1, 2 cube minus 2, 3 cube minus 3, 4 cube minus 4, 5 cube minus 5, 125 minus 5, 120. Subtract 120 from this, 90 answer. Sure. Into half, into 1 and half, into 2 and half, into 3 and half. 33 times 90, 30 half, 15. 90, 15, 105. Divided by 2 minus 1. Half minus 1. Half minus 1. Half minus 1. Half 9. Minus 1, 8. Yeah, if you go for backtracking, that will be into 2 plus 2. Yes or no? Backtracking, 18 into 2, 36 plus 2, 38. 38 2 times, 76 plus 2. So 3 into 2, 6 plus 2, 8. Backtracking goes to atla. Next 42. Into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1, into 4 plus 1. Last Saturday same వచ్చింది లాజిక్. నంబర్స్ అవో కావో తెలియదు కానీ లాజిక్ అయితే సేమ్. నెక్స్ట్ స్క్వేర్లు ప్లస్ మైనస్ ఒకటి వచ్చింది. ప్లస్ ఆల్టర్నేట్ ప్లస్ అండ్ మైనస్ స్క్వేర్ తోటి 17 మల్టిపుల్ డిఫరెన్స్ తోటి ఒకటి వచ్చింది. ఇది ఒకటి వచ్చింది. ఇంకా ఇంటూ 1 ప్లస్ 1, ఇంటూ 2 ప్లస్ 2, ఇంటూ 3 ప్లస్ 3 ఒకటి వచ్చింది. ఇంకోటి 5 గుర్తు రావట్లేదు ఇప్పుడు. బట్ చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంది. ఎంతమందికి ఉంది రేపు ఎల్లుండి ఎగ్జామ్? ఓకే. క్వాంట్లో ఏమేం చేయాలి? పేపర్ చూడకుండా ఎట్ట చెప్తాలే అని అంటారా? చెప్పచ్చు. ఫస్ట్ వన్ అప్రాక్సిమేషన్, నెక్స్ట్ నంబర్ సిరీస్. లాస్ట్ టైం ఈజీగా వచ్చి నేను చెప్పానా? ఇప్పుడే కదా మాట్లాడాం. నంబర్ సిరీస్, గో ఫర్ నంబర్ సిరీస్ 5 సెట్ అండ్ దెన్ quadratic. ఓకే, 15 are over. రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ అనాలిసిస్. అనాలిసిస్ 2 సెట్లు ఉంటాయి. టేబుల్ పర్సంటేజ్ వేస్తే కామ్గా ఉండండి. మీది కాదు అది, లాస్ట్లో మీది అది. ఓకేనా? టేబుల్ పర్సంటేజ్ వచ్చిందంటే లాస్ట్లో చూసుకోవాలి, ముందే చేయొద్దు. రెండోది చూడండి, అది ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది, అది చేసుకోండి. 20 అయిపోయినాయి. ఆగి మిగిలినవి చూసుకొని మళ్ళీ రెండో లెవెల్లో రావాలి. అట్లీస్ట్ 15 minutes 3 సెక్షన్లకి సెట్ చేసుకొని లాస్ట్లో ఇంకా 15 minutes ఉంటుంది. 5 minutes రావాలి. అర్థమైందా? 3 సెక్షన్లు, 3 పావు గంటలు. సెక్షన్ వైజ్ కట్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది. లాస్ట్ 15 నిమిషాలు 5. ఓకేనా? ఓవరాల్ కట్ ఆఫ్ కోసం ట్రై చేసుకోవాలి. క్వాంట్ చూడాలి, క్వాంట్ అయిపోయాక రీజనింగ్ చూడాలి, రీజనింగ్ అయిపోయాక ఇంగ్లీష్ చూడాలి. ఇంగ్లీష్ చూడరు, ఇంకా ఇంగ్లీష్ ఉండదు. బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత అడగాలి, అరే నీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ వచ్చిందా? నాకు ఇంగ్లీష్ రాలేదు నా ఎగ్జామ్లో అని. అర్థమైందా? See, because you can go to any question and any section in 1 hour period. You need to skip your sections. యూ నీడ్ టు స్కిప్ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఎంత బాగా స్కిప్ చేస్తారో సక్సెస్ రేట్ దాని మీద ఉంటుంది. స్కిప్ చేయడం చాలా పెద్ద ఆర్ట్. నవ్వుతున్నారు అని అంటే అన్నీ స్కిప్ చేస్తే అంటారు. అట్లాంటి ఏదో ఆలోచనలు ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఏడాదాకా వచ్చారు. స్కిప్ చేయాల్సినవి ఏవి? మనకు రానివి, కొత్తగా అనిపించినవి, ఒకసారి చేసినప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ రానివి, బాగా బారుగా ఉన్నాయి. Seriously, if the question is really 4 or 5 lines, you need to skip that question. 5 lines, 6 lines ఉన్న క్వశ్చన్ చదివే టైంలో 2 లైన్లు ఉన్న క్వశ్చన్ 2 చదువుకోవచ్చు. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఒకటి చదివేలోపు 2 చదవచ్చు, ఆ రెండిట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి వస్తుంది గ్యారంటీగా. ఇది చదివేలోపు అది ఆన్సర్ కూడా చేయించేయచ్చు. సో ఇఫ్ ది క్వశ్చన్ ఈజ్ రియల్లీ లెంతీ, or if you get x value as sum 1 and if 1 is not there, none of these also not there, don't do it again. One question, one attempt, thumb rule. One question, one attempt only. అది thumb rule. మళ్ళీ చేశారా అవుట్, మళ్ళీ అదే వస్తుంది. అర్రే అనవసరంగా చేశానే అని అనుకుంటారు. ఈలోపు ఇంకొక క్వశ్చన్ కూడా పోయింది. సో మైండ్ సెట్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అందులో ఫస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ సెక్షన్ వస్తుంది, తర్వాత రీజనింగ్ వస్తుంది, ఆ తర్వాత క్వాంట్ వస్తుంది సెక్షన్లు. ఫస్ట్ వచ్చింది ఇంగ్లీష్ ఇచ్చారా, ఇంగ్లీషే చేసిన తర్వాత రెండోది చేయాలి, రెండోది చేసిన తర్వాత మూడోది చేయాలి, అట్లా కాదు. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈజ్ కాన్ఫిడెంట్ ఫర్ యూ, గో టు దట్ సెక్షన్. ఓకేనా? సెక్షన్ చేసేసి వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. కనీసం 15 నిమిషాలు స్కిప్ అవుతూ వెళ్ళాలి. నంబరింగ్ చూసుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ టైం ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది స్క్రీన్లో టైం ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. నంబర్లు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. 60, 45, 30, 15, 10, 5. అది గుర్తుపెట్టే ఒక్కర్లా ఆటోమేటిక్గా లాక్ అయిపోద్ది. ఆటోమేటిక్గా సబ్మిట్ అయిపోద్ది కదా, దాంతో మనకి సంబంధం లా. ఈ నంబర్లు ఇలానే గుర్తుండాలి. ఆ నెంబర్ పైన కనపడిన వెంటనే ఎక్కడున్నా కానీ మధ్యలో వదిలేసి పక్కదానికి వెళ్ళిపోవాల్సింది. ఓకేనా? See, in these 3 parts we are trying for sectional cutoff, and last 15 minutes we are trying for overall cutoff. ప్రతి సెక్షన్ని 2 సార్లు ట్రావెల్ చేయాలి. స్కిప్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నారనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ ఆ క్వశ్చన్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళటం ఈజీయే కదా, వదిలిపెట్టిన ఎర్రగా కనపడతాయి. అసలు చదవనివి ఏ రంగు ఉండదు. డౌట్ ఉన్నాయి, మార్క్ ఫర్ రివ్యూ కొడతారు, పర్పుల్ కలర్లో ఉంటుంది. మార్క్ ఫర్ రివ్యూలో ఒకవేళ ఆప్షన్ కనుక ఇచ్చినట్లయితే పర్పుల్ కలర్ విత్ టిక్ మార్క్, గ్రీన్ కలర్ టిక్ వస్తుంది. సో యూ కెన్ గో టు ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్ దట్ యూ వాంట్. ఓకేనా? జాగ్రత్తగా చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ చేయాల్సిన ఇవే: నంబర్ సిరీస్, క్వాడ్రాటిక్, అప్రాక్సిమేషన్. ఓకే? అండ్ దెన్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ డేటా అనాలిసిస్ 2 sets, పిక్ 1. 15 నిమిషాలు సరిపోద్ది. 15 నిమిషాలు సరిపోద్ది. లాస్ట్లో మళ్ళీ వచ్చినప్పుడు అర్థమెటిక్ క్వశ్చన్లోకి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. దానిలో కూడా క్వశ్చన్ చదివిన వెంటనే ఏ టాపిక్కో చెప్పచ్చు అనుకుంటాం మనం. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఆ టాపిక్లో మనం స్ట్రాంగ్గా కాదో కూడా తెలుసుగా మీకు. చేయొచ్చో లేదో చదివేటప్పుడే తెలిసిపోద్ది మీకు. అర్థమైందా? కమాన్ నెక్స్ట్. +17 -34 +51 -68 +85, 152 answers. 17 multiples, alternate. Same model. Last Saturday వచ్చింది, సేమ్ మోడల్.